Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. We are playing as Japan, and in between episodes here, I've gone and reshuffled a fair bit of our navy and some of our other troops as well. I'm going to tell these guys to halt, because clearly they're not doing much. To get in a better position for what may be a war against the Axis coming up here, which is a little bit scary, but we may be able to do it. We're at Mechanized 2. We probably want to start producing mechanized units, actually. Likewise, I also want to unlock paratroopers so that we have the option of start messing with them. We still need... Where's my production queue? We still need some motorized, and we'll always need some motorized, but right now, do we only have one production line for motorized going on? We do. I probably will leave it there. And while this probably isn't going to do much, I'm going to start a mechanized 2 line just to queue it up there. I mean, we still need the artillery, still need lots of things. Actually, I'm tempted to reschedule a few things. I'm wondering about canceling one of these infantry equipment lines, because we really do have an excessive amount in storage at this point. I mean, we only have 50,000 of weapons 3, but that's a really good amount. So I think it's okay for us to go and kill at least one line of that. Start producing some more artillery, which we definitely desperately need. It's going to make a big difference to our army. Again, we started playing this in pre-release, so a lot of the stuff wasn't really set up very efficiently to start off with, and it's not like I've spent the time going and truly properly redesigning everything, but hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, I'm moving some people up to the front there. I'll feel good when we get our naval bases set up here so that we can actually get some people on this territory. That will happen soon. So the whole deal is that the Russian Empire is fabricating something. So we'll see. I wonder, it's not, I was checking for diplomatic actions, but it's this. It's this! It's Southern Thrust, which gives you a focus against Iran and Iraq. Now, they may not declare war for that, so it's this area over here. They may not actually declare war for it, but that's what the cause of the warfare is. Free military factories. Excellent. We don't need mechanized equipment yet, which is what this particular complaint is, but we are going to need a fair bit. I'm wondering about adding more for the artillery, but I think 3 is going to be fine, whereas I think in the long term, we will want a second full line of mechanized infantry starting off. So we're not using it yet. In fact, it's not even really being built yet, but that will be good. So for now, we still have to wonder, like, are there funny sort of tricks we can do with the United States? Because again, if we capitulate the United States, then this might simplify the war that the Axis has to deal with, which is bad if we're going to be at war together, but is good otherwise. I think I'm going to keep going as is. I'm going to assume I want to conquer all this. I have my most substantial fleet over here. The Japan Fleet 10 has actually been repositioned. Its home base is now right over here in Texas, and it's going to be patrolling the area of the Caribbean here as part of a way to make a thrust. You can see I don't have any ability to get anything going on here, which is not making me particularly happy. I think grabbing the Suez would actually be a huge win for us, so we may have even want to consider that a bit of a priority. I'm going to grab some of the infantry that I actually control and the Mountaineer divisions over here and add them to one of these pushes. Perhaps that one over there. Ooh, that does put you over the limit. Let's grab these garrison types and add you to... maybe this here. Now you're still over the limit by 2, so I'm going to grab a couple of foreign infantries. Actually, maybe the green one here. I don't see another green one at a glance. I'm going to grab you and pop you down there. So we will be ready in case crazy stuff starts to happen. We've got naval combat, no naval invasions, battle plan with no units assigned. That does not surprise me overly much. I think I may have to like restructure this. Let me take everyone in the north here and put you into a new army. So, and then what do I do here? I can control right click to select. I put you in this new army. So that's the Canadian invasion now. So we need a field marshal, of which I don't have one. I'm going to roll a new commander so I don't waste any experience on someone decent. Make you a level 1 field marshal. And you're going to be assigned to this front up here with an offensive line, say down that way, and go ahead and hit play. And yeah, I see the other invasion plan that's got nothing. These guys are garrisons, which is okay. We got that push going in that way. And what I'm going to do, I think, is... Let me make sure... Oops. No, we're okay. Because that's the Canadian invasion. And then I'm just going to get all the US people in one big giant group. Even though it's completely nuts. What I may do is break out a handful. Like, let's say I break out a handful of tanks. Assuming we've got any over here, which honestly, I'm not entirely sure that we do. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light tanks. I'm going to put you in a new group. We do have a very high-end general over here. Now, Trickster, Engineer, Mountaineer, Desert Fox. Offense Doctrine. You know what? We'll just use the level 6 guy. That's okay. And let's use you guys as a quick force focused on just one simple front over here. Like that. And you just go when you get there, and that's fine. It's not very sophisticated, but it's probably okay. And we don't have anyone over here, but I can get you to pop that real quick. Yeah, there's a whole empty area over here. But that should be okay. Although I say that. Let's make another group over here. Your job will be to hold that, but you'll finish your current actions first anyway. Good. Just to make sure nothing weird happens there. I didn't give you like an apocalyptically long front, did I? You might have. Yeah. Activate, but finish that. So there's a little bit of a gap, but that's fine. That's going to work itself out. Same thing here. We can maybe just pull that up a little bit. And we may want to do a focus move into Chicago. It would cut off a lot of troops. So doing these long front lines is really not good for maximum efficiency, but it's great when you're lazy. Naval battle over here. Killed a couple of subs. Good. So over in Panama, I do have a fair deal of planes over here. We actually got quite a few air wings. We've got fighter presence over the Caribbean, the Western Canal Zone, Central America, and we are having naval bombers, I should say, in the Caribbean Sea, where we do have a submarine force doing some convoy raiding, and again, my big fleet is going to be moving into this naval base here. It's part of Texas. Although we might have better naval bases that I can move into, but I'm going to finish this first. No, yeah, just let her rip. Ideally, what I want to do is move my big monster fleet over here and get a real presence in the Pacific. Meanwhile, that push is going well. I think I'm going to grab you and just, like, right-click you down to here. I think that's going to be okay. Ireland has joined the Allies. It's a little bit annoying because it means we have to grab a little bit more territory, possibly, to get them to capitulate. I mean, they are going to be pretty insignificant people in the war, in terms of just pure numbers, but there we go, you weren't in the list. But yeah, the UK. We really have to do a number on you. So are you guys actually ever going to move forward? Because I'm pretty sure you can just beat the hell out of all those guys. That is one of the really big problems with such a big front line. A lot of reshuffling is one of the things, and the other thing is you end up with a lot of inaction sometimes. And a little bit of micro can go a long way. Well, it would go a long way. And I really should be doing a lot more, but, you know, lazy and means I wouldn't be able to run the game quite as high speed. Not like Daniel, who can, like, do this on speed 4. Ridiculous APM for a grand strategy game, that Daniel. Alright, that's going okay. You guys are shuffling up to your fronts. I mean, these guys in general just move very slowly. More free military factories, but again, it's not actually true because there's actually a massive just deficiency in things. United States has capitulated. Okay, so the big question is, what does that do over here? Alright, they still consider that to be held by the US. Their troops may still be active or not. I'm not sure on that front. But everything here has fallen, which is great to see. Again, their national unity was only something like 55%. So I'm going to make a new front line here with... You know what? I'm going to split this group in like half. So teal, and even that's going to be way too big, but that's all right. You guys are going to have a front line here. And you're going to push that way from there. What? Oh. Okay, hold on. You got a wonked out front line that was left over there. From here, thank you. You're going to push out this way. Thank you very much. So I'm going to take the purple guys, I think, out of here. We could put a whole bunch of garrisons. Maybe what I'll do is I'll grab the infantry that belongs to me. I'm going to grab and add them to the ridiculous front line with Germany, which I really do need to change. But for now, that's going to be okay. You can push in from... I don't know, I'm going to add you to... that right there, because obviously it's got a field marshal. I'm going to want to trim it down some more, but that's going to be okay. Whereas these guys here... Oh, I still have some more that don't belong to me. So I want to take all those... and basically get them out here. And leave the troops that don't belong to me. God, there's a few more. Mine. That might be the last one. Yeah? Yeah, looks good. Alright, so these guys are going to garrison the North America, basically. So here, here, here. I'm mostly going to concern myself with the coast. I realize that won't really deal with all the rebels. And I mean, I don't really have to worry about naval invasions from over here. If there's going to be any, it's going to be on this side. I'll probably have to restructure it, but I'm going to do that. So yeah, the rebellions, we're not going to concern ourselves with too much. I guess I can flag all this as garrison areas now. And I'm not worried about anyone landing over here. But perhaps here. Okay, good. So that's what these guys are for. They're the Canadian garrisons. Or I'm calling all this area Canada because screw you. It's been the Canadian invasion force. This is all Canada. Japanese Canada is what this is going to be. Just deal with it. Ooh, Logistics Company 2. They're useful. Both of these are going to continue to be extraordinarily valuable. We're still working our way up here, which is good. Yeah, I want to get all the field hospital, all the logistic companies. They're just so incredibly important that it's a wonder that we've gone this long without them. Anywho, you're going to keep pushing here just to finish that up. Oh, you can join the garrison group, please. And you are pushing and doing things, which I guess is fine and good. Could you just, like, can you snag Ottawa right now? And then Montreal? Albania's capitulated. The hell? Since when has this been a thing going on? They're still technically there. They're part of the Allies. Interesting. And Greece as well, part of the Allies, which is all being pushed in now. Alright. Things are happening. Unread naval battle results. That is a good and proper naval battle. 24 destroyers destroyed at a loss of 1, plus some planes. Free dockyards. Most likely we're going to want more destroyers, but I think... I'm going to start on a second carrier, actually. Second carrier line. Like that. And you are going to come out in Kanto as well. Thank you very much. Free military factories. Again, most of those are actually damaged and probably not functional. Although, you know what? With the U.S. capitulated... Wait, hold on. Hold on. How many factories... Yeah, it's a fair bit of extra factories. Okay. Holy crap. That is really going to affect things a lot. Although a lot of these are going to get sabotaged constantly. I'm going to start another infantry or artillery line with the expectation that I will be canceling it later on. But let's see if we can't push through. I mean, yes, it's bad for efficiency, although I do have the text to increase efficiency faster. And then we are hitting the damaged ones. There we go. But artillery is good, and we do want more of it. Where's Toronto? Right-click on Toronto. I don't know if there's any more victory points over here. Now, Canada has considerably higher national unity at 90% compared to the US. We'll probably have to go all the way into Halifax to actually finish it up. I'm just going to go and right-click over there. It's probably fine. More free dockyards. Probably more destroyers. We do have some experience we could throw in there. But I think that'll be okay. Go to Kanto. Keep showing up there. Canada can't have much left in the tank. It just can't. Just because this is annoying me, I'm going to do that, even though it's not worth victory points. Okay, Type 3 Chinu. So go to the Chiri, and then, yeah, we'll almost certainly be ready to get the modern tanks, and that's what we're going to start mass producing. Another real naval battle over here. A huge naval battle. We lost 4 destroyers and obliterated a bunch of American ships. Amazing. Amazing. Now, there's some good stuff we could potentially look into grabbing over here. So you're not part of a faction. How come you don't want to join a faction? Because base reluctance. We have a war they may get drawn into. Yeah, true. Mexico, I am at 38% fascist with you. I'm going to keep letting that build up before I coup anything. Air wings with no missions. Oh, that's my carrier ones. Okay. Over here, we still have that right click going towards Halifax. Toronto has fallen. Ottawa, Montreal. Is Halifax like the last victory point? I mean, it's the new capital of Canada right now. I don't see another one at a glance. I still wish there was a victory point map mode that would really make them pop like crazy. Like, highlight the provinces in crazy-ass colors to show that there's victory points here. You know, everything being gray, and then use, like, red through green to show, like, the victory point value. Just to make it super obvious where all the points are. It would not surprise me if once Halifax fell, which is only worth 3 victory points, Canada might not capitulate. In fact, if we just waited long enough, they may capitulate as is. I mean, I guess I can take a look at this. Canada's got nothing left in the tank. 98% there. So it'll definitely fall once Halifax goes away. And we'll still have to go for Newfoundland and Labrador, which at this time in history was not a part of Canada. Oh yeah, and there's a little... Is this French? Oh, Canada's capitulated. There we go. So we're going to want to finish this off. I'm going to pull a lot of these troops back. We're going to have to figure out what we're doing with all these guys here. For now, I'm just going to go and add them to the giant Russian front over there. So you do that. Canadian Invasion Force. So purple's still going to be garrison. You guys are mostly going to be garrison duty as well. But I think I'm going to set you to actually finish this. It doesn't really make much sense, but go ahead. And, oh yeah, it's my tank squad. Which, again, I'm just going to right-click on this big Russian front, and then we're going to reorganize them. This is just a way to get them over there quickly. Although I may have to actually assign them to the front line as opposed to just doing that, but we can take care of that in a moment. And then this blue squad here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you guys, add you to the Canadian garrison, and the rest of you will join that Russian squad there. We're going to need a lot more supplies there. That is going to be a devastatingly hard war. So the real, out of these, which one's the big one? It's this one here. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got this whole army selected, which is going to pan my view. And then I'm going to make sure everyone's assigned to that front. That will get everyone from Canada over here. Although, how are they going to get there without dying? Is a big question. I think they're going to go west, so it is going to take a while. Whoa, I just lost 20 subs over here. I didn't even realize I had subs operating in the Mediterranean. Ooh, that's unpleasant. Maybe I read that wrong. Where are you going? Where's your base? Oh, you're trying... Oh, this is my submarines who are trying to get up here. They're getting slaughtered along the way. Which, really, I mean, I knew, right? Would be a thing. Over here, they'll probably die along the way. Should I just keep suiciding them up there? Sure. It's fine. It'd be nice if they get there. Probably there won't be many left. Oh, our naval base here finished, so our people are able to leave the island and actually get positioned there, which means I'm actually going to adjust these guys. So they were set to garrison. They're not going to be doing that anymore. Instead, they're actually going to be told to just hold this front. I may still set a garrison. Actually, let me grab, yeah, these two guys here. I'm going to put them in their own army, and they will halt. Your job is to garrison a very large area, apparently. We'll see. Ooh. That's kind of surprising that there's such a big American Navy operating over here. Now, this is my fleet. Oh, it didn't center there? This is my fleet that's operating out of Texas that just got into the fight. Now, I think I'm going to rebase them to a higher level base. It's a 5... Higher level base, I believe, will repair faster, so I may want to rebase them to there. It's a bit risky, but I think that's okay. I'm going to tell you to do that, and I'll reissue you later on. Meanwhile, Central Mediterranean, so those are the ones that are being blown up. This is a new group. I'm going to split off the submarines. Grab you. It's not a huge fleet, but it's not a bad fleet. This admiral here, and I'm going to get you positioned somewhere over here where there's been apparently some action. Can I tell you to rebase to Samoa? It's only level 1 base. Are these all level 1s? Probably a lot of that. I may want to level them up. Oh, you know what? It's fine. Go there, and then I'm going to put you on patrol duty. Actually, it looks like our information here is a little weaker. Let me, Solomon Islands. Let's do that. And then put you on patrol here, here, and here. That's going to be okay. We could also get some naval bombers going on, but we're going to be all right. So we're going to finish this up. Infantry anti-tank. Very nice little upgrade. So it's still mid 44. The next level of these, I think we can live without. We're going to get the paratroopers, which is going to be great. I mean, we need a lot of stuff, but I do want the rest of my support equipment leveled up because it's just such a huge free bonus to absolutely everything you do. I mean, I would love strategic bombers. I would love lots of things, but everything we're researching is pretty good. I mean, this doctrine, no, the bomber defense is actually going to be nice too. Now, they haven't actually, so it looks like they have completed that idea, which gave them claims potentially down here, but they may not be acting about it. They may not, I don't know. We'll have to play that one by ear. I don't think that Russia itself can declare war. I think Germany can on its behalf, though. So we may or may not find ourselves in a war against the Axis very quickly. I'm not sure. If we don't, that's going to be very, very helpful for us. But what is our next move is actually an excellent question. We've got this. Great. We need to take out the UK. For our personal war, we need the UK to just be finished. But we do have a lot of naval bases over here now. Oh, Denmark is over here. We probably want to go and invade Denmark, actually. We're going to have to get some ships positioned in the north. And in fact, almost certainly we will do that with some. Let me grab a handful of ships off of this. We're going to create a new fleet. I'm going to grab... two battleships. Leave the rest as is. Then go destroyers. Let's go with like maybe 10 screens. That's really it, huh? Oh, no, we've got some extra stuff. Heavy cruisers? No. Some light cruisers, though. You know what? That'll work out fine. I'm going to select you. We need a new commander. Yes, you'll only be level 1, which is really not ideal, but isn't too terrible. And I'm going to base you out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Then we're going to put you on patrol duties, Labrador, Newfoundland Sea, and the Eastern Seaboard. Good stuff. Actually, some convoy raiding starting out of here would be quite nice. Those submarines I sent to their death, wherever it is. Oh, here they are. Nah, they're still moving. We'll see. They're trying to avoid any encounters, so it might work out. Another submarine squad out of here in the North Atlantic would be brilliant. We'll see that later on. Got good naval presence. I'm going to leave these guys here. Technically, they're Marines. I could switch them off to normal infantry, but it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Oh, we lost a destroyer here. Yeah, they have a big squad buzzing around. Just a tiny bit frustrating. I think they're just repositioning. I think they probably got kicked out of a base, and that's why they're here, and they're trying to go somewhere else, which means it would be great to go and hit them now. We do have a more substantial naval presence somewhere over here. This patrol group, for example, is actually very, very, very powerful. And I'm going to expand it to a third sea zone, because it was mostly doing Red Sea, East African, but I'm going to bring it down to the Mozambique channel as well. We might get lucky. Yeah, so that squad keeps hitting like single destroyers that were technically just doing convoy escort for us over here. See, these guys too might get hit. It's a lot of destroyers, but they'll probably still get hit. Convoy raiding. Now, these subs, for example, there's not really going to be any convoy raiding to do for you over here. So I'm going to reposition you. You're going to operate out of Nova Scotia as well. And I'm just going to cancel your duties, give you some new convoy raiding duties. Let's say in the north there. You're not a terribly big naval group, but I think that'll do. And yeah, what I should check is more convoy raiding. So this is convoy raiding over here too. And what you're not convoy raiding. It's probably been forever since you've raided a convoy. I'll probably keep putting things in Nova Scotia and then buff that to like a level 10 naval base. There we go, something like that. What is this? Is that American? Oh, that's yeah, Bermuda. It's American. Dealing with you would be nice. You probably don't have anyone there. So I'm going to grab you, do a naval invasion from here to here, lock that in, and go. Maybe you die, maybe you don't. We'll see. There's no strait here, so we actually have to do a bit of a naval invasion, which is vaguely annoying. There we go. Just rush you. And then yeah, we'll go for Greenland, Iceland. And actually taking Iceland would give us a great vector against the UK. A fantastic vector against the UK. Huh. All right. Looks like Finland, which is mostly just German troops, have really improved their situation against Norway. I don't like that they've got so many troops specifically against the border with me. These subs have made it! Hooray! So I'll have to repair. And we lost some. I think that was 35 subs at some point. So we did lose some, but it's not too bad. We do need more troops over here. But we have limited supply, so I'm not sure that throwing a crap ton of troops there makes a lot of sense. That being said, we do obviously have a lot of stuff over here. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to grab, what's my number over here? 11 divisions, so we can grab a lot. So a lot of the infantry that doesn't belong to me, and is green, admittedly, I'm going to assign over here. Oh, brings us to exactly 24. Very nice. And same thing here. I don't want these green infantry, which I don't really have control over the composition too much, to be eating too many of my resources on the front line. Hell, you're being attritioned as is, so I should really do something about you. And the same thing's going to happen over here. How many troops do I have? There we go. Brings that to 24 divisions. We actually probably want to split this into 2 or put a field marshal or something like that, because 24 divisions probably won't be able to hold it. Although, who knows? They might actually be able to do enough like dig-in, delaying actions to get a surprising amount of work done. Especially if they had air support, which they don't have. We do have things being built on this little island, though. Right, the airbase is a zone, which is a little bit annoying. I don't know where, like, I want the airbase to be here, specifically. Well, we're going to go and put a cut in here. I mean, we can unify this pretty easily early on. Like, if the war breaks out, I will manually be telling my guys to connect this up. So we can connect up our land, get good supply going through, and then figure out the next step. This battle squad is obviously still, like, ridiculously large. And in fact, one of the things I will be doing is grabbing these guys. I might want to put these guys on training. Is having probably more than one little tank hit squad organized to do some quick runs. In particular, if we had one here and here, we could pinch this off really quick. Not that there's any troops in here, though. But there might be. So we could pincer this off, actually maybe aggressively, like along the rivers. Here and here. That might be good. Block all that, just in case it happens to have troops, and then we just bop them outright. Probably there won't be, but it's still a good move overall. So I think that sort of thing will indeed happen. So what I'll probably do is, we got a cut here, is I will go and start parsing this out. This is not going to be the real army here. And I'm probably going to divide this front into multiple things. Like this China group here over... First of all, it's not China at all. It's part of my Middle Eastern front, which is just called Iran, and a lot of these aren't even in Iran anymore. So I should really do a pretty significant reshuffling of my troops. Home Guard here, it's still pretty accurate. They're all garrisons nearby. They might even be able to be combined into larger armies and then resorted. We've got naval stuff moving out there. I mean, overall, I like our position, but when the war, if the war against the Axis starts, they are going to crush us in a couple places quite quickly. The question is, are we going to be able to exploit some openings very quickly? There's a lot of Axis stuff. A lot of Axis stuff. Like in Turkey over here, yeah, a lot of these aren't ours, but the ones that are, we probably want them to be all mountain divisions. Same thing here. Well, mountain at first, and actually, if there's no one on the other side, we're just going to burn through the mountains really quickly, and then we don't need mountaineer divisions. But all of Turkey basically is mountains, so having specialists there would be good. Here it's quite mountainous as well, so that's something we can consider. We can probably, especially since we're capped here, do some redesign of some of these divisions. Like these, so you see this, all the combat with these units was stupid. This is all left over from when we didn't know how to play the game. Or I didn't know how to play the game. It was pre-release. So Mountaineers do tend to do relatively well with artillery. They clearly want logistics because they're going to be out of supply a lot. And field hospitals are also really good. So we want something like that. I mean, it's very similar to our infantry divisions. But that's okay. What do our Marines even look like? They're combat with 20, which I like. Actually, they're not bad. But again, field hospital logistics companies might be okay. It's a little trickier on Marines because it does add weight, which adds extra time to their invasions. I may leave the Marines as is, and that's not too shabby. We don't really use the other divisions. What is this? 2 divisions are using it. I wonder if I could find that and then convert them over to regular infantry. Or really, they're basically garrison units, but they don't look like garrison units to me. So that's A, Z, these two. So you two selected. Could you just become regular infantry? Thanks. We still don't have any artillery. Enough artillery for everything. But our deficit is starting to go away. We are trying to burn through it as quickly as possible. I mean, we're running a deficit right now. Some of it may be attrition, but I think a lot of it is just, you know, new deployments. I'm going to stop after the next round of this. Because eventually we'll run out of light tanks. No, we're not producing light tanks, are we? No, I guess we are still producing some light tanks. Because we've got a good production line for it. Alright, you know what? It's fine. Let me go and add a little bit more simultaneous stuff. But then we will stop. And I guess I'll keep the production line for now. If I switch from light to modern, I don't think we'll lose all of our progress. So that'll be okay. I mean, we've got the material for it. Light tanks really won't be that useful, though. They're still doing better than, you know, our regular infantry right now. But man, it'll be nice to get to modern. I could start doing medium tanks. I really could. But we're so close. And it's going to be really awkward to, like, develop medium tanks, put them in some armies, then have to switch over to modern. Yeah, I'm not going to bother, because it'll just be a pain to micromanage that and, like, slowly move things from one to the other. It's not going to be good. What are these guys here? Are these mine? They are. Are they part? Oh! Oh! Hang on. You're probably guys who are not in an army. Yeah, okay. We'll figure out something with you soon enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching another episode, folks. See you next time. Bye-bye.